Wei was startled. "We are not the police," she blurted out. Marty frowned. "I was told there were detectives waiting to see me. I thought you were coming to tell me who killed Jamie." Alvin stepped forward and handed the young man his card. "I am Alvin So, and these are my investigators. We're just gathering some background information on the case." "Oh." If Marty was suspicious, his expression did not show it. "Well, what do you want? I would do anything to help." "We'd like to know more about Jamie," Alvin explained, "so we can find her killer," added Azizul. "But we are not the police," Wailing repeated, her beauty spot bobbing. Marty nodded, casting her a dazed look. "It better come true. We can talk in private." He led them along a corridor and pulled open a heavy wooden door. The investigators found themselves in a cavernous space with soundproof walls, chairs, and music stands were arranged around several microphones. A grand piano stood to one side. A glass stage surrounded a drum kit. Rafi raised an eyebrow. "You could fit a symphony orchestra in here," he commented. "This is where we worked, Jamie and I," Marty said softly. "This studio is full of memories." He paused, soaking up the atmosphere, lost in thoughts. "Let us go through to the control room." Marty put open another heavy soundproof door, and they entered a long room with glass windows looking out over the studio. He waved them to comfortable lounges along one wall and took a seat on a swivel chair at what looked to Azizu like the flight console of a spaceship. "I am an engineer," Marty said, waving a hand over the controls. "I am the guy who records the songs and does the final mixes." He rattled off a list of famous singers. "I have worked with them all." "You are very young," prompted Mas. "Our customers are young," Martin answered with a shrug. "I guess I know what they want to hear." He ran a hand through his hair. Alvin noted it was trembling. "I have just been mixing Jamie's new album. They want it released next week," he smiled cynically. "Now that she is dead, it will be her last. It will sell millions." He pressed a key on the console, and suddenly the control room was filled with sound. Jamie was singing with a huge orchestra and chorus. He pressed another key, and the only voice they heard was Jamie's. "There are more than 40 tracks on this song," Marty explained. "Rhythm, percussion, brass, strings, backing vocals. But I just like to hear her." Jamie's solo voice resonated around the room. "She sounds so beautiful," said Mas, her eyes closed. "She'll sound even better once I equalize it and added reverb." Azizu thought he was speaking a foreign language. He fired off a question. "When her new album comes out, who will get all the money now she's dead?" Wailing glared at him, but Marty simply smiled. "The usual people, the same people who got all the money when she was alive. The music company and her manager, you know." He shrugged. Jamie was a business. It was getting harder to think of her as a person. What do you mean? Probed Rafi. Marty let out a sigh. She was this lovely girl who could sing better than anyone I have ever recorded, but she was lost. Nobody treated her with respect. They just wanted to get every dollar out of her. That is sick, said Mas. That is the music business, Marty observed. Jamie was under a lot of pressure, too much for someone her age. He hesitated, and then there was the hate mail. Hate mail? Alvin asked, leaning forward quickly. What kind? Death threats, vicious stuff like that. There are plenty of weird people out there, Marty replied. Every star gets their share of hate mails.